So we'll head down here. Check out the motor carriage.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Take a rubber handheld chain cutter, take it. All the good things. Take the red tip pry bar.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Cold and heavy, like truth. You feel like you're reunited with truth.
Oh, hey, thanks for the birthday wishes. Callan all creeps. Appreciate it. I turned 29 yesterday, and to celebrate, I've got 2 weeks off work, so I'm streaming it from 4 till 6 every weekday for the next 2 weeks. Playing a variety of games. Today we're playing some Disco Elysium. Take the rubber handheld chain cutters.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
Take the hand cranked flashlight.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue, lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Let's grab the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Firecracker copy. Covering Delta 10, this is Firewalker copy. Hi Alice, this is Officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You let me connect to the... I need you to connect me to a civilian. A civil. She may have been reported a murderer.
Of course. What is her number,
Kim
officer?
didn't give you the number.
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Just wait. Relax.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
Lima's voice is static. It sounds like she's a million miles away. Hello, this is police calling. I have some questions about your last work days. Detective from the Whirling Rags.
Oh, right.
Do you recognize?
Hello, officer. What can I do for
Cool.
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again. There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
No question. You quit your job at Whirling. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Yeah.
You know who?
You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words.
You mean me? You need to get away from me?
I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just forget about this, okay?
Alright, I won't push you on this. You ever coming back to work?
Maybe, I don't know.
Seems like it. I just don't know.
I just know I have to take some time off right now.
Hey, do you want to grab a cup of coffee with me sometime?
No, absolutely not.
Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who made the call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Why didn't you call? Didn't the corpse behind your workplace bother you?
What? Of course it bothered
Nothing.
me. But I thought the Union already
Why
knew
did
about
this-
the corpse.
You shouldn't call the police. Why does the union have to do with anything?
No one calls the police. The Union would get angry.
What do you mean by that?
You know,
Seems to be looking for words.
what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
I am the authority around here. Looks like there's a limit to my authority. Tell me why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your backyard a week instead of calling us? Let's see.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
Look, like there's a limit on my authority. It looks like there's a limit on my authority then.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
Can you get purged? I wish I could still ban you for posting ads in my chat. No, don't push her. Let me get this straight. You ignored the law to save your skill. What others? I see. What others?
The other people who live around here. Local people.
I didn't want trouble.
Her voice is resigned and weak.
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well,
Leave
by the Union. Internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble. You do? What else can I do for you?
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Wait, why does she seem angry with me?
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working.
Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the Skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit.
You're telling me that I was the one who made you want to quit?
The stuffed bird, the great Skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like
Oh, God.
a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Sounds like me, alright. Bitch bird got what was coming to her. Why do I always end up screwing everything up?
It was a pretty bird, there since I started working in Whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty.
There's genuine sadness in her voice.
You're telling me that I was the one who made you quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many I've had sailors fighting, Union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. One months, a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
I don't know what I did.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
I don't know which song.
We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Sorry about the song.
To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that.
Sounds intense.
And then I had to deal with your toilet.
Ooh.
The one you clogged with police stuff, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen.
Oops.
I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself.
Wait, police documents?
The ones I had to wrench out.
What
of
happened to
your
them?
toilet. Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do.
Resentment gives away to concern in her voice.
She's worried she might have accidentally done something bad. Then she remembers it's you.
Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them
Okay, I
away.
get it. I wasn't a very good tenant.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the
I'm
worst.
sincerely sorry for everything. I was trying to show you the world of tomorrow. The great panic at the end. We were the worst heaven wench I've ever seen. Girl, just loosen up a little. Don't you ever party? I don't even know what to say. I'm truly sorry for everything.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never
Right.
happened.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then,
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
I'm done.
57's over and out.
Thank you.
in the cabin, you see a set of
Run your
steering
fingers
levers, a radio,
over one
and
of the
a hook.
steering levers.
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
Tap on the fuel preheater gauge.
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
Cool. Well, we got some chain cutters, a flashlight, and a pry bar. As well as a handkerchief. Let's go pry that garbage dumpster open, shall we?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. No matter how strong you think you are,
So when we go into our bag, we go equip it, and then
this trash
we
container is locked. Fourth time. What is this? Your triceps ache for the metal to bend, but it resists. This calls for a potent curse to help break its resistance. Utter the power words.
the fuck kind of metal is this?
The quality of metal is not the problem. From what I see, it's sturdy enough.
He's enjoying your little failure. He finds it amusing. He's reveling in sweaty rage on your
Tick the
face.
container. Ow.
Unsatisfying, hurtful. You hear a ringing sound, but not quite hollow, full of itself. Content. Happy you fell. There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron, huffing and puffing. Clearly the technique is wrong, but nothing else comes to mind.
Let's ask the manager for the
But I
key.
wanted to
This
use
is
the
clear
pry
enough.
bar. I feel like I'm losing out on something not using the pry
You
bar.
are. The pry bar is quite satisfying and handy, but you are just not good enough at prying.
Aww. I'm just not good at prying. We need to head back in here and talk to the manager about his dumpster and see if we can get into it.
Can I help
Is
you?
the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the whirling and rat.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in
I
you.
wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The whirling in rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism.
That's an
Mazov
error.
thought,
He said
or
9, it's
Mazovism.
11. Yum yum, tell me more.
He killed himself.
Maybe I am.
What are we talking about?
No, wait.
It's not about the trash container.
What if I am?
We should return to the case of your mistake.
We need those keys.
What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Bye. Oh, get out of there. I'm wielding a torch though, which is pretty cool. Hopefully it doesn't have batteries.
This trash
Open the
container
padlock
is
with the
locked
key.
a well-oiled crack. The lock pops open. It should now be possible to... Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is. But you won't.
Maybe
like
another
it.
time.
No, we need to investigate now.
Just like that.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of
Pick
note.
at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim
Grab 'em.
trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
Bag the
These are blue
trousers.
jeans. Pockets empty. or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy
I
catches
reach
your
for
eye.
it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with
Bag.
pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of ribbed-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than
A
that,
thrown out towel or mug, that's all.
Alright, we should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from Worley might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key.
Yeah, we need
It's
to ask
just
kids
a
who put them
small
there.
loose
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno?
My infant or
He thinks you're an
something.
infant or
See?
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your
Eee.
hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your
I don't know
paperwork?
what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Miserable looking slip of paper sticks up.
If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, that's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet. When quality, maybe need to lose it. Great, but I think I was cracking my style. I think I don't want to be a cop anymore.
Well,
He doesn't know what to say.
His eyes express a rare condolence.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron,
An antique?
only in its social sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Go.
That's one thing off the list. I think
Let's go. So we got a yellow mug. A broken era mug somehow made its way into the whirling rags dumpster. It depicts a person in Sherman tent frolicking in the fields of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. It seems to be a cheap knockoff of some.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read?
There's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all the content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken tossed mug?
Okay, let's not. But we can interact with the damaged ledger. This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in the man's dense cursive. Have a close look. Maybe it can be salvaged.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clip. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue
Inspect
heart.
the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper.
Leave it
sticking
there.
to the
It's
back of the
cool.
plastic
Maybe it's
clipboard.
kitchen.
You can take it off
It
if
looks
you
exactly
want.
the same. Take it off.
Still wet, The toilet paper peels off the plastic easily.
Thank God.
All you have to do is shake it off with your finger
Voila.
and
Ah.
voila. The ledger now looks marginally
Let's inspect the
better.
clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger across the aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it
Hey, Lieutenant,
before.
what's this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. Your kill counts. Yours will surely have your
How
kill.
do I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Any capable light. Like,
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
The lieutenant fears this will lead to fiddling with the delicate, folding headlights on his motor carriage. They're dear to him.
that's all. Thank you.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry
Browse the
sight.
white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages
An odd naming
and an odd
convention.
naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind
Ew.
you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
2 cases a week. A good case, like Lieutenant. There was a mention of a naming convention here.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
Oh, and they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another
The
yet,
unsolvable
The
case.
Unsolvable. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You like this grimy murdering, don't you? Wish there was one in there about a drug den. You love those.
Get the blood
Gets
pumping.
the blood pumping. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start
2
making
cases a week
mistakes.
appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made many mistakes. Nice brisk pace.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The hand there is for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. The tasks you've completed flow out of the pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. And a fuck you to you too. That last one cuts a slash right through the things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the
Lieutenant,
case.
have you any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Furies are... The Furies are at home in the mirror. Furies. Avengers, someone who is playing false. The Furies are at home in the mirror. The setting sun shitting a stick. Actually, don't have one.
Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest.
Go ahead.
The Hanged Man.
He really likes that name.
Solid name.
Thank you. I think so too. Good and normal. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Okay, one more cases. These.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Browse the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out. According 3, the topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form. Color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copy of paper.
Look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Did you say the color was blue?
The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly.
The
Is
hidden
there
compartment.
a hidden
Peek inside.
compartment? The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. There's pain in there, if you want some. That much
Oof.
you know.
Deep.
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Smell the ledger.
The acidic stench of rotting
Ugh.
food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself. and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet
Alright, let's see if we
cleaner.
can read those case files.
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
Damn. Later. Let's try open the hidden compartment.
Is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some, then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck. A hot flash of rage comes over you. For a moment there, before it recedes, you feel as though you might just squeeze a tear of anger out of your duct. Makes you wonder, why? It's unjust, that's why. You can't even get to that thing anymore. The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
Cool, we got a ledger. That would be very handy in solving crimes. A bunch of different tasks. We've got more tasks. No map yet. We did level up. What do we want to level up? Pain threshold, volition, hunches. Yeah, maybe talking to people. We did it. Well, we have gone a bit over time. We made it to 6:30 here. We'll call it, but we have many more exciting things to do. I will try to come back next week and play some more Disco Elysium each week. And I'll be uploading it in segments for Let's Play on my YouTube channel, so please check that out. Links in the description below. Thanks for everyone who watched and stayed with me to the end. You are my favorite sort of people. We'll save it. Our game. Thanks for watching. Much love. So long.